All good, thanks.
So, to all of our people watching, I'm Liezel.
And I'm Tashmika.
And we are from Campus of Things. And we are so excited to be here. We've got our iced coffee, sponsored by Seattle Coffee Company.
Just kidding, but if you want to sponsor us, you can leave a comment down below.
So the purpose of today's podcast is really just to reintroduce Campus of Things and talk a little bit more about what we do and why we exist and those things. But I think a good starting point will actually be to speak a little bit about our roles.
Yeah, of course. So I'm Tash. I'm sales and marketing team champion, so I'm pretty much the heartbeat of the school, dealing with all of the parents and all of the teachers and everyone else in between. And yeah, my job is basically just to get the Campus of Things name out there, engage with the parents, make them feel comfortable, and let them know that their kids are in safe hands.
Cool. I'm Liezel, as I said just now. I'm sort of the IT team champion, going into sort of the content, curriculum, and those types of things, development for the portal, which is coming. So excited, but we can't show it to you today.
Yeah, so unfortunately you've got to wait till 2025 to see all of the exciting changes that we're making, but we're very, very keen on showing it to you guys, and yeah, hopefully we'll release it on one of our podcast episodes.
Yeah, that'll be so exciting. So when we talk about Campus of Things, we need to actually start at the starting point. So the owner is Atul Kumar Patel.
That is correct, and he co-owns along with two of his kids, so Rahil Patel as well as Simran Patel, and Simran's currently doing her master's in neuroscience.
Yeah, and basically the whole premise of Campus of Things is that we want to make it sort of a safe space for kids who perhaps don't fit into an online environment. Not an online environment, in a normal environment, but it's like a place also, if a child has got like a very busy lifestyle, then they can go and study from wherever, because we've got the recorded lessons, but all of the lessons are live. They're just recorded for kids to be able to go back to.
Absolutely. So, to touch on what Liezel is saying, we've actually got quite a few kids that are with us that are in like South African sports teams at the moment. And they've got really hectic training schedules where they're only able to join classes after like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, because they are training from 5 o'clock in the morning up until 9 or 10 o'clock. So it's, as much as we are very structured, very similar to brick-and-mortar education, where the kids follow timetables and have their set lessons and live lessons and stuff like that, we are also extremely accommodating of the learners that have those busy schedules. And I mean, we've even got kids with us that are from other countries. We've got children with us that are in Japan and China and Australia, the UK, Saudi Arabia. So shout out to all of our international learners as well.
It's so exciting to think that school can go globally.
Absolutely.
It's such an interesting concept, and I think something that we've learned a lot regarding, other countries is seeing how they do it and sort of thinking about like experiential learning.
Yeah.
And being able to adapt that into an online environment.
Absolutely.
Is quite a cool
thing
amazing to be able to do.
It's so exciting. I remember, so there was a project that one of our learners, the one that's in China, her name is Diana, they had to sort of do a little mini vlog and submit it for one of their subjects. And she went to a night market in China and tried all the different foods and did a little vlog about it. And it was so exciting to watch, like, these kids experiencing the different cultures that they are now immersed in, but also still being able to participate in a South African curriculum internationally.
It's pretty cool, I think. It's it sort of ties into what our mission and the philosophy of Campus of Things is, which is learning through experience.
Absolutely.
And taking technology and giving everyone else the same experience, or being able to participate in that thing. I remember that project. I think we did post it on our Facebook page.
We did, and Instagram as well. So if you want to check it out, you can check out the links below. It's a direct link to our Instagram as well as our Facebook, and you'll see a lot of content that our kids are posting or our kids are doing in class that we share as well as what the teachers are doing in class on a daily basis.
Definitely. So I've got a funky question for you.
Yes.
A little bit of a hard one.
Okay.
How would you say Campus of Things differs from normal brick-and-mortar school?
So there's a few different ways that we are different, and I think the most prominent one being, number one, is our communication. It's very hard to sort of communicate with teachers in brick-and-mortar education. And the reason why is, teachers are in the class and then you've got to try and sort of schedule a certain time to meet with them, and if it fits in their schedule, if they're not busy with extramurals and stuff like that. But with Campus of Things, every single one of our teachers has a WhatsApp number. And that has made communication between parents and kids and our educators so much more efficient, because you don't have to wait to book a consultation or a meeting with a teacher. If you've got a serious concern regarding your child, you can literally just pop them an email or a WhatsApp. And that teacher is going to get back to you or give you a phone call, so that you're always staying in the loop with your child's education. Another sort of thing that we do is, we have the live lessons, but like you touched on earlier, they are all recorded. And for example, with brick and mortar education, you can never go back to a lesson. Once it's taught, it's done. Yes, you can schedule time for like extra tuitions and stuff like that, but with Campus of Things, you're able to go back to those lessons and rewatch those lessons, relearn what you've learned. So it makes studying for exams so much easier. And we found that with a lot of our kids, they were getting marks like 40, 50, 60 in brick and mortar education. And then they move over to Campus of Things and you see them starting to flourish because they have all of those perks at their advantage. And it's amazing to see that our kids are doing so well.
Yeah, and I think the technology helps as well. So something that we did bring in this year was the quizzes on the portal. And I'm thinking now specifically of the grade 9 NS marks. Those kids were struggling with their NS. And as the term went by, you could actually see a 20% overall average, like going up with all of the marks. So I think the technology plays a huge role. We have to remember these kids are generally into technology. I mean, you look at a child nowadays and they're scrolling on TikTok
exactly, all the time. And I think that's what's really exciting about Campus of Things is we're taking things that are usually frowned upon in brick and mortar education. Like if your child is sitting in class, they would never be allowed to pull out their phone and Google something, or pull out their phone and start recording something or whatever. But we sort of encourage that because we want our learners to use the technology that's at their fingertips to their advantage and teach them how to use it in a safe way.
Yes, definitely. Ethical use of everything is so important, and in another episode we will be talking about AI and the ethical use of AI. That's a whole different ballgame for another day. But I think that's one of the key things is that because we are moving towards this whole new world of technology, we need to make sure that everybody knows how to use it.
Yeah. And use it in a safe way.
Especially with kids. Yes. There's funny things out there. It's kind of gross. But teaching them about algorithms and stuff is really cool, and being able to use it in class. I know that the English teacher for grade 11 was teaching Macbeth this year. And something that she did do was she, on her Teams chat, was asking the kids to post memes about Macbeth as a form of
Macbeth.
revision. So it's very different to a brick-and-mortar school. But I think that goes down to our core of we want everyone to feel included.
Absolutely. Which is also something that we're very excited about, is the launch of our Remedial school next year. And I think that, there's often kids that we come across on a daily basis that have special needs, whether it be they are dyslexic or have dysgraphia or are autistic, and you often don't find place for them. Whereas we've got a few of those kids that are in our current school at the moment and they're thriving. But we wanted to also just create a safe space for them to be who they are and not rush through learning with the other kids, or feel like they need to, rush because of the pace that the other kids are learning at, and sort of just give them that open platform for them to learn in a way that suits their needs instead of just fitting into the norm.
Yes, it's very, very important that every child should have a personalized learning outcome, because not everyone can learn the same.
Yeah, so we're very excited about the Remedial School launch for 2025.
Yeah, and I think that should wrap up episode 1.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us. We will link that video in, we will link it below, and we will hopefully see you guys soon.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, and we're excited for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.